G'day guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to the Aussie Gooner channel, and yes, I know it's been fucking doom and gloom, I know it's been fucking tough times, I know, I'm fucking feeling it. I'm losing my shit with the last two games, but we got Southampton, guys. This is Southampton versus Arsenal, this is the preview. That's what I'm doing here, but before I get into that, please do me a favour right now, can you try to get me to 100 subs? If you're new to the channel, do me a favour, click the subscribe button. A like would be much appreciated. It ain't going to cost you nothing. We don't have a ring on the finger. We ain't going to be married, but we can be mates. You know? Arsenal fan. In the shit. In the mud. 6 points dropped. Shambolic performance. Help a brother out. Help me out here. I'm out here in Australia. Fuck. I'm lucky not to be swept away with fucking floodwaters. Help me out. But anyway, let's get into this. Arsenal. Southampton. Arsenal. Both teams are in trouble. And I know we've seen this fucking record play before. Yes, Brighton were in trouble. They were in trouble when they faced us. Brighton, good record against Arsenal, yes, but they were in trouble when they faced us. And I thought to myself, with the slump of form that they were in, that we could pull a win out of our asses. But guess what? Mikel Arteta, guess what he pulled out of his ass? He pulled the formation out of his fucking ass, didn't he? He pulled the formation right out of his fucking ass, chucked it on the fucking pitch and said, yeah, this is going to work, and it didn't. It was a fucking shambles of a formation against Brighton. And you know what? They chopped us up. They played better than us. They pressed us. They were in control of the game. And we looked like we had no chance and we had no mojo. Crystal Palace, much of the same. Vieira came in, slapped up friggin' Arteta again. Merry fucking Christmas, Arteta. Mate, outplayed, schooled, the whole lot. Battle of the midfielders, right? In the dugout. And guess what? Patrick got it. Now, we've got Southampton. Southampton, not in the best of form. Southampton, just been decimated by Chelsea. Now look, I know a lot of you thinking, shit, oh my God, it's a look into the future of what's to come for us. And I can't argue the fact. I can't argue the fact. It could happen, fuck, with the way we're playing. But look, they're in a bit of bad form. They've got that draw previously against Leeds and they lost against Watford. Now, previous to that, of course, they had a few losses back to back. I think they lost to Newcastle as well. Now, these guys are in a bad position. They're in a bad run of form. They did draw against City previously. They did draw against United previously. And I think they beat Tottenham as well, all up until this sort of shit slump in form. Well, what can we do with that? Hope and pray that they continue their slump in form. Because to be perfectly honest, we're in a shit go right now too. Our last three games, we already heard about the last two. We can talk about Villa. We grinded out a win against a Villa that was just sitting back and praying that we weren't going to score. They literally closed up the shop and fucking defended for their lives. We were able to break them down, get a goal, and walk away with 3 points. This game, very fucking important. You all know that we need 3 points here. We all know it. I mean, look at fucking Arsenal right now. Tottenham ahead of us. 3 points clear. We need to put the chase on them now. We need to chase Tottenham. Can you fucking believe it? Yeah, we need to chase that fucking lot. Southampton sitting in 14th. This game is just to turn around their season and try to get into maybe a stronger position to finish off the season on a high. But best believe, no team is coming into this game, right, whether it be Southampton, Brighton, or Palace saying, oh, we got nothing to play for. This is Premier League. It don't matter if you got something to play for or not. You go out there for a fucking win. And I guarantee that that's what the friggin' Southampton manager is going to be trying to instill into his players. I don't give a shit if we're not going for Champions League or Europa. What we're going for is W's. That is it. And that's what Arteta should be doing with our squad. Because right now, our boys are going out there looking friggin' lethargic, gutless, spineless, you name it. It's a lot of less all up. I'm telling you, it's a joke. And right now, I'm losing my shit. I've got Martinelli, Saka, right, on the wings, and Saka looking like a freaking shadow of his former self. Martinelli doing all the fucking work. Odegaard scoring some goals from time to time. We need to really shape up against friggin' Southampton. These guys chop and change their formation to suit in many cases. They don't stick to one formation. They were a team that used to stick, but right now, if you look at the games they've played previously, they played 4-4-2. They played a 4-2-3-1. I've seen them play a 4-3-3. I'm telling you, this manager ain't no fucking twit. He ain't. He's working with what he's got. And I'm telling you, when they come to play Arsenal, you best believe they're going to be ready to rumble. What we need to do is to play to our strengths. Now, our strengths, we all know, are going down the wings. We need to bomb down the wings. I think we're going to have to start pushing and start creating more of an overload. Because right now, if you look at us in our last couple of games, our attacks have been Martinelli alone, Saka alone. We don't seem to be utilising an overload of any kind, right? So that means we're looking for individual brilliance. We're trying to make Martinelli to be fucking Thierry Henry and Saka to be fucking Dennis Bergkamp and just fucking weave past the defenders and work some magic. We can't do that. Now, I know our midfield is looking weak as piss. I know that. But when you've got Emil Smith-Rowe there as well as Lacazette, we need to start shifting and start overloading pockets. If it's Martinelli on the left-hand side going in there, we need to shift to that side. We need to hammer fucking Southampton. They played a high line against Chelsea. We could get lucky. They could do the same. But at the same time, we could be unlucky they play the same game and we decide to play like we did against Brighton. They hold a high line and choke us out of the fucking game. Now that is something I can really see happening. We don't need it. We don't want it, but it can happen. Because if these boys are going to go into this game, all right, playing like a bunch of boys, when those guys are playing like a bunch of men, we're going to get royally fucking shafted just again with a team like Southampton, right? Any Southampton fan now is looking at this game going, this could be a gimme, depending on what Arsenal shows up. And that's no shit. I know they're not jumping for joy knowing that they're in great form, but they're going to look at it like this could be a gimme against Arsenal. But look, I'm going to give you guys my lineup, right? And this is a lineup that I've been stressing that we should have played against fucking Brighton. See, our problem was that we didn't have a left back, and we lost left back in Kieran Tierney, and we lost Partey, right? I understand important players. I understand we're fucking slim when it comes to pickings and all that. Not much depth, yeah. Not my fucking fault. Mikel, is it your fault? Stan Kroenke, is it your fault? Whose fucking fault was it, yeah? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But right now, if I'm the manager, I'm looking like a right fucking tard because, to be perfectly honest, I got myself a fucking left back in Tavares, who I barely ever played after I threw him out of the squad for some bad performances. You knew that you were going to have to use him eventually. Threw the player on cold, but anyway, won't go there. So if we're going to have Cedric on the right-hand side, we're going to have, of course, Ben White and Gabriel in the middle. Those two morons have to really hold their shape, especially Gabriel. Gabriel has looked a bit how you going in the last two. Seriously, he has not looked solid at all, and he's been a great defender for Arsenal. He's actually been pretty good. The pairing between Ben White and Gabriel was great. It's now falling apart and crumbling, much like our midfield. Now, on the left-hand side as a left back, we threw Granit Xhaka in there. Now, here's a stupid fucking idea. I've already got a midfield that's weakened, right, by the loss of Partey. We don't have Thomas Partey. We're weak. What I do is I take his midfield partner out of fucking midfield and put him in as a left back. So you guys tell me, what happens to the fucking midfield? Pub fucking toilet door. You know what I mean? Overload the fucking midfield. Arsenal will go, see you later. Nice knowing you. Thanks for all the laughs. 3 points. Bye. Fuck you. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Now what? Do you know what I mean? Now what? What we need to do, unfortunately, is grab Bukayo Saka, the golden boy, take him out that right wing, take him off there, and chuck him in as left back. He's the only player who can sit in that position and put a shift in. Maybe not as good as Tierney, better than Tavares. And I know it limits our attacking play on the right-hand side without Saka. But let's be honest, how did he look in the last two games? He looked flat. He looked lost. Saka is starting to look predictable. He doesn't run down the wing. He doesn't put a cross in. He runs down, cuts back, and then friggin' squares up. That's what he is. He squares up, cuts back in, and then strolls along the box to see if he can get a shot off. It's predictable. Run down the right, stop, pull onto your left, try to run into the box. He never gets the overlapping run. He never gets a ball over to Cedric. He won't. So we need to grab him right now, chuck him on as left back. Because let me tell you something. The defense is the most important part of the fucking team. If you don't concede goals, you get a point. Right? A draw. If you can score, then there's 3. We need the defensive line to be fucking solid. Saka needs to go in at left back. Mikel Arteta, you need to put him on as left back. Stop being a fucking moron. Enough of this bullshit, mate. Granit Xhaka needs to go back into his original position in the centre midfield. Right back home, where he fucking belongs. Because at least then, he can put in a shift as a midfielder, not a left back. Yeah? But unfortunately, in this game, he's going to actually have to be a CDM. More of a holding style midfielder, more defensive minded. Because his partner in crime is going to be Martin Odegaard. And if it's not Martin Odegaard, then it's going to be Emil Smith-Rowe, a like-for-like style midfielder, right? So if we chuck, for example, Emil Smith-Rowe beside Granit Xhaka, that allows us a bit more fluidity in the midfield, all right? A player who's a bit better on the ball, not very defensive-minded, but he's got a lot of energy in him, and he could support Xhaka. That's all we got. Good thing about it is, at least when Cedric bombs down the right-hand side, he's got a 1-2 there with Emil Smith-Rowe. Do you get what I'm saying? You never know. So if Emil Smith-Rowe sits next to Granit Xhaka, it'll at least give us some kind of shape in the midfield. Up front, we can throw Martin Odegaard back into the number 10 role that he likes most. Okay? Put him back where he should be. Stop grabbing players and chucking them into different positions. This is not fucking FIFA football, man. Relax yourself. Again, guys, do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe. Like I said, I'm trying to get to 100 subs. Please, help me out, man. Help me out. Seriously, please. Anyway, so we got Odegaard sitting up front. And on the wings, of course, we can chuck. We're going to definitely have to put Martinelli on the left, right? Definitely have to put Martinelli on the left. On the right-hand side, Nicola Pepe. I know you've got the shits with him, Arteta. It's personal, not professional. You need to pull your head out of your ass and start acting like a big boy manager. Yeah? Just because you got the shits out of fucking player don't mean you don't start him. It's about Arsenal Football Club and not your personal fucking vendettas against players. William Saliba, Matteo Guendouzi. I'm starting to feel like the fucking chat and bullshit about attitude and this and that was all bollocks. And you just had a problem with them. Yeah? I'm starting to fucking feel that, man. I'm starting to believe that, man. Nicola Pepe needs to come in on the right-hand side. Up front, Alexander Lacazette. What the fuck do we do? If in 50 minutes, Alexander Lacazette does nothing, 50 minutes is what you got. You're off, and Eddie Nketiah comes in, and I don't give a fuck. It's just all the options we got. And the reason why we've only got these options is because Arteta got rid of Aubameyang when he could have had him on the bench, right? We didn't replace Aubameyang. We also got rid of Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So that made us weaker in the midfield. Lokonga is sitting on the bench, and I want him to stay there. And I want Lokonga to come in maybe for Xhaka, maybe, but later stages of the game. And if the game is fucking done and dusted. If not, he stays out the game. Plain and simple. Guys, that's my predicted lineup. I'm hoping we can get a win. I really am. But honestly, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I will not be surprised if we get a fucking draw here. I will not be surprised with a draw. I won't be. How are we going to know what's going to happen? Simply, if we start the fucking game from the word go and we start pressing fucking Southampton and going at them, then that's the Arsenal you want to see. And that's the Arsenal that's going to score goals. But if we start playing slow-mo football, then guess what? We're going to get royally fucked. And we're going to drop more points. This game here, we drop points here, we don't get 3, forget about it. Then we're just back to where we should be, it's the top 6 team, and that is it. We might get Europa League. That's about it, guys. I know it's doom and gloom, but what do you want me to say? I've got to be honest with you. So please, guys, like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a watch-along with Northside LDN for the Southampton game. So if you guys want, tune into that. You're going to get to see me go fucking absolutely ballistic in this one. Or I'm going to be quite happy. And then I go ballistic anyway. So either way, you get to see me go fucking kind of insane. Guys, thank you very much for watching this preview. If you could, like, share, and subscribe. And I've said it before, I'm just trying to get to 100 subs. That'd be great. But look, to be perfectly honest, hopefully we can get a win, but I'm not holding my breath. I'm honestly thinking, my gut's telling me we're probably going to draw. I'm saying we could grind out a win here. I reckon we'll grind out a win. Let's just be, okay, look. I think we can grind out a win and probably take a 1-0 and walk away. But if we fucking don't show up to this game and we play real slow and lethargic, then we're only going to come out with a draw at best. But either way, we can't drop points here. If we come out with a draw, it's done and dusted, guys. There's just too much happening. There's just too much going on for us to be able to compete. Other teams are going to have to fucking really drop form and I don't see it. So I'm going to go with an Arsenal 1-0. I know I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to go with Arsenal 1-0 if they show up. And we're going to know what's going to happen from the first 5 minutes. If in the first 5 minutes you see us playing slow football, put your money on a draw. What can I say? Guys, from the Aussie Gooner to everyone out there, I know this is quick, I know this is short, but it's Uru, guys. Uru.
Yeah.